Thank you. Right, the next speaker up is a man perhaps less prominent in public life than the last, but I think maybe known to many of you here. This man is rather special. This man is a campaigning superstar. This man is John Stewart. Anybody know John Stewart of HACAN? This man has been fighting Heathrow probably about as long as I've been alive. John.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, one of the demands is that in 2010 all domestic flights are banned. We'll be told that's ridiculous. But it's not so ridiculous, is it, as building a third runway at Heathrow in the face of runaway climate change. A third runway at Heathrow, if built, and I don't believe it ever will be, a third runway at Heathrow will make Heathrow the biggest single emitter of CO2 emissions in the UK. That's what I call ridiculous. Let's not stop. Let's not stop at Heathrow. The government still has, on paper, an aviation policy where it wants to treble the number of passengers using UK airports by 2030. In the face of runaway climate change, in the face of airport emissions with shipping being the fastest growing on the planet, that's what I call ridiculous. Let's stop not just Heathrow, but Stansted and Gatwick and all the airport expansions in the country because we don't need them. Now we're told that's ridiculous. You can't do it. It doesn't matter if the smaller regional airports expand, but it does. The airports outside the big three in the southeast account for already 24% of all aviation emissions in this country. So it does matter if you expand City Airport, Exeter, Southampton, Bournemouth, Glasgow, Edinburgh, and the list can go on. It seems to me that we can say to the government that our demands, a 10% reduction in 2010, is realistic and sensible given the climate catastrophe we are facing, compared with their demands of, it appears, continual aviation expansion. And here's another ridiculous thing. You probably saw in the papers recently that the first £1,000 rail fare has emerged in the UK. To go from Plymouth in the south to Calverfolch in the north, it costs £1,000. Now it seems to me that is utterly ridiculous. What we need is fast, affordable rail alternatives. Somebody likes public transport. Should I say it again? What we need is fast, affordable rail alternatives, don't we? Absolutely. And my last point. At Copenhagen, as far the rich countries really only want to deal with aviation through cap and trade, so they can go on expanding as normal. The least developed countries have put a proposal in place which says they want to see a flat rate tax on aviation, which goes back with the money going back to help the poor countries with mitigation and so on as far as climate change is concerned. The rich countries say that is ridiculous, but absolutely it's not. That's the scheme which makes economic sense, environmental sense, and equity sense. Let's go out to our march now, let's go to Copenhagen, and let's be utterly ridiculous. Thanks very much.